Hi, I'm Ashley Tjader. I'm a sophomore majoring in marketing here at South Carolina's Moore School of Business. As part of my course of study, I'm taking Mandarin Chinese.
或者可以说春节是 New Year.
It is my hope to do marketing for an American company as it competes in the global marketplace in Asia. This world-class education wouldn't be possible without the McNair Scholarship program. My story is shared with more than 180 other students who over the past 10 years have had the privilege to call themselves McNair Scholars.
The McNair Scholarship gave me the choice to study what my heart wanted to study.
Just like me, Sheima Summer came to the University of South Carolina because of its #1 ranked international business program, but her heart was somewhere else.
I realized that I really like to help people, and that's why I went into counseling.
She's working with children with behavioral problems in the hopes that they will stay in school.
Now I'm doing what I love, working with youth, helping them to realize that they have a much better future than they would have imagined.
Helping young people is why Janice and Bob McNair started the scholarship program.
And I'd had classmates of mine in high school who had not gone on to college because they couldn't afford it and they didn't have a scholarship. So I recognized the value of scholastic aid and how important it is to many young people.
McNair Scholarship really set me up to be comfortable to go into teaching.
Many of the bills that Congress passes, you'll see especially in the next 2 units.
Patrick Kelly teaches Advanced Placement U.S. History and is a part-time administrator at Blythewood High School. He stayed at Carolina to complete his Master's of Arts in Teaching. He received the James Madison Fellowship.
As everybody knows, it's not exactly the most high-paying job in the universe, but the freedom coming out of my undergrad education to know I had no debt, I had no loans, that really freed me up to know that I could go into teaching and I wouldn't have to worry about the pay quite as much.
I'm an intern this semester in the university's Office of Marketing and Communications. And while I'm getting paid, I fortunately don't have to work to cover the expenses of being a college student.
Right now I teach yoga and that's my job and I love it.
And then keeping your head and chest lifted, just lower your chest down.
Some of the volunteer work I've done with physical therapists so far has been outpatient orthopedics, which is like some people who have had accidents like car accidents, or people who have sports injuries, or just people who have back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, things like that, just from maybe a sedentary lifestyle or from some kind of injury that they didn't get help for, or for preventing surgery, things like that. I really enjoy that kind of stuff because it really goes well with yoga. So I like the idea of maybe preventing illness, preventing having to have surgery.
Tiffany Terrill has spent 2 semesters overseas, taking classes at a university in Kenya and taking an intensive language program in Spain. And not having to worry about money opened up the entire world to McNair Scholars. Last summer, I traveled to Taiwan to learn about the history and culture of the island, and also to practice my Chinese. It was an experience that enhanced my education at Carolina.
And also it allowed me the opportunity to travel during the summers that I was in college. And I think that's really where I discovered my love for travel and being overseas. And that's probably one of the main reasons that I knew how much I loved working in cross-cultural situations.
And that's why today you'll find Sonia Adams as a science teacher in a suburban Atlanta school that has a large population of foreign students. Last year, Sonia took a sabbatical from teaching to travel to Tajikistan.
And then I also taught English classes 3 days a week in the afternoons to mostly university students. And so for university students to have proficient English skills, it really opens up a lot of doors for them to work as translators and to get jobs abroad, which will not only help them, but they also send the money back and can support their families.
At the end of our sentence.
Many scholars have felt so blessed by the opportunities given to them by the McNairs that they have chosen public service as a career. Laura Bratcher and Jeremy Wolf both received the Truman Scholarship, the most prestigious national scholarship for students planning careers in public service.
Paul says that no one came.
Norm Jones graduated from Carolina and went to Duke University's Divinity School. He's now a Methodist minister who leads a small church in North Carolina.
I mean, we sang a hymn this morning, all I have need of, thy hand have provided. And it was almost like out of nowhere that this opportunity came up.
And when the opportunity came to give back, the McNairs knew how they wanted their gift to be invested.
We think that there's more leverage brought to play by virtue of investing in intellectual capital. Scholarships for students and grants for faculty members, things of that nature. So I think for us to see the young people progress and to see the quality of the young people and to know that we were able to assist them, I think is very rewarding for us, and we feel that we're servants of God and stewards, and we think that this is a very good way to implement some good stewardship.
I certainly see myself staying with public service or public interest in some sort of way, whether it's working for the government or more on the legislative side or even for a nonprofit.
Sarah Bayko stayed at Carolina to attend law school. She was chosen to argue a case in a mock trial last year when U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts came to Columbia to visit the law school. She's currently an attorney with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Bob McNair looks back fondly on his days at Carolina. He met his wife while she was a student at Columbia College. He played freshman basketball, joined the fraternity Sigma Chi, and was student body president.
I think that one of the benefits of the Carolina experience is that it is a very civilized environment. And I think that people need to be civil in their dealings with everyone. One of the things that's important in business especially is the ability to be able to relate to other people and to have some interpersonal skills. And I think that Carolina is a very good place to develop some of those skills in addition to academic skills. Bringing out-of-state students onto the campus really improves the environment for all of the students by breaking down sort of the parochialism of just having in-state students primarily. So I thought it would add a lot to the experience of all of the students. And I had been an out-of-state student, and so I appreciated what a program like this would mean to those other students.
Norm Jones comes from the same area of North Carolina as Bob McNair.
If I had gone to somewhere else, I would have been just a small fish in a big pond. But there at the Honors College was an opportunity to flourish, to learn with a small group of students, to live with them.
In fact, the South Carolina Honors College has been a huge factor in attracting these students to Carolina.
I enjoy calling the persons who are selected to receive the scholarship every spring. I'm met often with incredulous responses on the other end.
I just got home from track practice in high school, and I was taking a shower, and my brother pops in and says, "Hey, there's someone on the phone. You've got to be kidding. I'm in the shower. This can wait." And he says, "No, it's the president of the University of South Carolina."
That first conversation I have with them and that first glimpse into their personalities continues during their 4 years as students.
I love the personal attention. It was just a different atmosphere than I got at the other universities.
My desire would be that we would continue to attract the very best students from all over the country. And as knowledge of this program becomes more widespread, the number of students that will be applying will keep increasing. And understand that this year we had over 1,000 applicants.
And so, I know I speak for all McNair scholars when I say a heartfelt "谢谢." That's thank you in Mandarin Chinese.